tell me, why aren't you voting for Joe Biden?
I am not voting for Joe Biden because I have finally realized that man is a racist.
I'm not going to vote for someone who funded a genocide. Absolutely not. And I don't think there's any way he can recover from that. His best bet right now is to drop out of the race.
And why not?
Because why would I vote for someone that's calling for the genocide of my people? I'm Palestinian myself, so how am I going to vote for someone that's fine with the people of Gaza being slaughtered?
It seems like he has no regard for human life, especially when it comes to Arabs, and it's really disheartening the fact that we have to live in the U.S. knowing that this is how our government feels about us. In D.C., there's a bunch of homeless people, and some of the money that could have been given to Israel could have been given to these people so that they could get off the streets and have a successful life. It seems more that he cares about the people overseas rather than he cares about his own constituents.
Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe as I like to call him, he's not listening to us, and it's not right. I can't name one thing Joe Biden has done that was good. Not one.
While he's doing this in Gaza, he's also still trying to do the border walls, and he's also trying to keep kids in cages. He thought that was going to be done with Trump. He's still doing it too.
The United States people have awakened to the fact that we are constantly facing the reality that we have to vote between the lesser of two evils, and I'm tired of making that decision.
He might be the lesser of two evils to you, someone living in America, but to someone in Palestine, they're the exact same, you know?
Biden's unwavering support for Israel's genocide has totally shattered his support among young and progressive voters. But supporters of Palestine aren't just planning on abandoning Biden this November. Many are revolting against the idea that they should have to pick between two morally reprehensible candidates at all.
And I have been a lifelong Democrat. I have supported this man. When we found that he won, I knocked on my neighbor's door and we popped champagne. We celebrated his win. We were so excited. And today, you know what we do today? My neighbor and I, we shed tears. I will not be voting for Joe Biden, but the sad thing is, I will not vote for Trump either. So as a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, I really hope that we start thinking about who we can run on the ticket in 2024, because it honestly cannot be Joe. And if we elect Trump, if we stay home and Trump wins, Palestine will be even worse.
Joe Biden has utterly failed our community. We rallied behind him almost 4 years ago for that election. He convinced us that he was going to be our representative in this country. We went so hard for Joe Biden, and we're all very much regretting it right now. So you're not getting any more votes from us. It's time for a different party. It's time for another choice.
As the two elite parties double down on their support for Israel, third-party candidates who support Palestine are surging. 3 separate independent presidential candidates attended the March for Gaza in D.C. last week to show their solidarity with Palestine.
We want to let them know that there's people around the world who are with them, who care for them, and who are in solidarity with them. That's why we want a permanent ceasefire.
We have not only 2 zombie candidates that are being rammed down our throats, we have 2 zombie political parties which really have a stranglehold on our political process, but they do not have a stranglehold. They don't even have a toehold, actually, on the hearts and minds and the souls of the American people. And we are seeing a very broad political uprising. And, I would like to remind people that we have choices here.
We want the total liberation of Palestine now. We want to stop to the complicity of the U.S. government in genocide. They need to stop financing death and destruction with our tax dollars. Our tax dollars should be invested in schools, should be invested in education, should be invested in healthcare, not in bombing and killing children in Gaza or anywhere in the world. Are you with me?
Remember that, people. Remember that. We don't want a Trump or a Joe Biden, but we need to start thinking and determining and figuring out who else, because the Palestinians deserve to have Americans and Israelis' foot off their necks.